Hello everybody, this is Frogman and welcome back to Manufactio. Today we're going to work on episode 54 and there's been a few things that have happened since the last episode. One, we got us a new update, so we'll be taking a look at that. Two, I have been prepping, as we can see right here, for the fusion reactor system, so I've been kind of laying a few things out and getting things crafted. I've been doing a little bit of testing in a test world, and if we're bored, we might go over there later on. But the biggest problem I'm seeing right now currently is the fact that I did a lot of testing with the, let me get this guy going here, the ultimate gas tank, because of the process and how I managed to get the thing running to where I was happy with it. I use the ultimate gas tanks, and ultimate gas tanks, none of these actually, aside from the basic gas tank, are craftable. So that's just going to mean that the process is going to require me to use a whole bunch of these, which is fine. We've got a whole bunch of things crafting as it is. I'm laying out some work boxes because there's a whole bunch of stuff that we need to keep things working. I still need, what did we figure? I have to get my math thingies back out. I still need 165 of these, which I think I'm going to have to go ahead and get back on craft. So let's see, thermal. Let me get that bit. Evap. We'll just do evap on this part. So I said 165, so 560, 100, next. Should have everything we need right there. And I'm using the more expensive recipe for this because I have a lot of aluminum and steel is not like it's that hard to deal with. So go ahead, start on that, and that's going to take a little bit of time. It's not too terribly long. It's just it has to, has to craft every single one of these. That required me to upgrade one of my crafting CPUs to a higher tier processor because I didn't have enough processing space. So how many tanks do we have now? I have 16. Oh boy. Let me do. Well, I got a mess. Let's do this. Tank. And tank. 1, 2. Because in order to make this guy work correctly, you have two options. Those options are going to be, I'm going to put these in here. You have two options. You can either do part of the process in a biome or dimension where the sun never stops shining, or you can overprocess in the overworld the one process that requires the sun to shine. So I've been out here kind of just goofing around with various areas, and I think we're going to build the reactor in a kind of a building that looks about like that. There's going to be it's just going to sit fairly close to the ground. The reactor is going to be right here in the center, and then right above it, up in this general area, we're going to build a really large induction matrix, because this dude that I've got programmed and working will make a net gain of about, what did I figure, 400 and 300, it's like maybe 460,000 RF a tick net gain once everything is done processing. So I want to be able to store a lot of that. I did actually fool around with it a little bit in the test world and managed to get it to run pretty well. I think max output was about 570,000 RF a tick, something like that, I forget. It just takes an ungodly amount of power because we don't have the energy upgrades to actually make it work. So it is what it is. We'll sort that out. So while I'm continuously waiting on other things here, I think we've about probably got those done. Let me see. Evap. That's 165 of those. Wonderful. Good deal. We're going to kind of take a look. Good, that all fit in there. Great, 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 great. So we've got 2 thermal evaporation controllers, a whole bunch of thermal evaporation valves. There's a couple of things I need to continue to set up on, which is Constantan, because we need Constantan plates. And Constantan plates, Constantan especially, is going to be made in an arc furnace with a Constantan blend, or in an alloy kiln doing this process right here, which is rather of a hassle, but I might actually be able to craft some of this. Let's just get a couple stacks of that going, and then this can be crafted up in an arc furnace. We should have one of these over here not doing anything at this point. So let's see, you are working fairly slowly. This is the one we're actually using pretty hard. Let me see here. Can I cheat you out of some of your stuff, maybe? Maybe I should just put it in this one. Bread, please. That shouldn't take too long. Spread again, please. Do it again. And I don't know, I know I don't need that much of this, but we need to have Constantan to be able to craft some of these guys, which are resistive heaters for those thermal evap plants. Now, thermal evaps can be ran on solar, or they can be run with a resistive heater. And a resistive heater is going to allow you to get to a lot higher temperature, which is what we need. We need to be able to keep the temperature up as high as we can, because basically what I want to do is overnight, I need this system to be running and making lots and lots and lots of things. Is that going to work? I hope. Yes. Okay, cool. We need to be able to keep that thing running as long as we can overnight to build up a backlog, so that when the sun does come up, the solar neutron activators, which we're going to actually just stuff full of speed upgrades, are just going to go to town on the leftover parts and pieces that they're going to have. So we're going to have several different things that we're going to have to play with. I'm going to try to keep a backlog running on that mess so that it will be able to run all night without losing any heat and losing the reaction process. So as we get through here, I want to get a couple of more of those things done. So resistive heaters. Where are you, resistive heater? We're going to need quite a few of these. I think I counted out about 10 of them. So that means I need 20 compressed redstone. Can you craft me 20 of those, please? And that means I need about 10 of them. The coil block, so we need about 10 of those. Cool. Man, I cannot spell today. And then I need 10 of those plus 10 of these. Good lord. Casing. Oh, we need 9 of those. Make 9, please. Go. And the what is that thing? A cell? What are those things called? I forget exactly. Energy tablet. And we'll make 10 of those. Nice to have all that auto crafting ready and willing to go. So we're going to kind of basically go out here and lay this stuff down when we get the, we're going to have some fun. Hopefully have some fun anyway. I need to kind of design it around where I want to put the reactors. So I've kind of been fiddling around with that building, trying to figure out how we want to do this. So resistive. That dude right there. And these don't stack too. Oh, we're going to be waiting on that, aren't we? Because I haven't sped those up. We'll bring those along. We'll play with them in a second. Let me see. Do I have any more room in here? Okay. So what I want to do is I want to start the process of figuring out some of this. So we're going to need a lot of space for both of these processes. So I think we're going to build the thermal evap plant system on this side of the building, because this is just going to be for the reactor. I'm not going to even try to put all of this in one place, in one building. So we're going to have a separate manufacturing facility on this side over here for the, what is it, tritium? This stuff right here. And on the other side, we need to make deuterium. Deuterium is a pretty simple, easy process, and it's another one that's just going to basically continuously run all the time, because it doesn't require any outside thing like, the sun to shine. So that's going to go on this side of the building, somewhere around over in here. And again, I thought that far was a creeper for a second. Come here, you. I go over here. There. Thank you. But that's the general idea of what we're going to do. So now that it's nice and dark outside, let's do that and decide how we want things to work. So we're going to put our project boxes down, and we're going to find our ender chest. And do I have any just random stuff to play with? Steel scaffolding, light engineering blocks. Yeah, we'll just use those. Is there something in there I can use? We'll just use some sheet metal for spacing. I kind of want to have it kind of fun. Just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know it's going to cause a problem with how much it's going to be able to pump in between the two buildings. But we should be able to come up with some kind of an idea at this point. I need some kind of building blocks so that we can kind of just gauge this. Let's see. Grab something. I was using this stuff. Right, that's that. Okay, so we got us a couple of building blocks. We got a few things to feel around with. What we need to do is understand the size and shape of what we're going to be building here, and the fact that part of this building is going to have access to the sun. Because, where are they? Where are they? Where are you? These guys right here require the sun access, sky access to work. So we're going to have to figure out how we want to be able to place these, whether we want to look at them, whether we want to mess around with them. I kind of want to make, like I said, a nice little manufacturing system, kind of like what we have going on over here, where we've got buildings and whatnot. None of this is going to make pollution, so this is strictly just going to be a facade for pretty, and I need to get rid of that, but whatever. So the fact is we're going to make the thermal evap plants, these guys. They're pretty simple, easy to build, which we've already done a couple of times. What I'm going to have to do is kind of decide and understand where my output for this process, where the hell did I put the pipes? There they are. Where we're going to put an output for this. And what I kind of want to do is I kind of, as usual, whoa, wait a minute. No, don't do that. Why did you do that? No, 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 no. You weren't supposed to do that. Thank you. I kind of want to see about maybe right there. Does that look reasonably high enough? Because we're going to have a kind of a connection in between the two of them, so I think we're going to do about like that. The output is going to end up having to be off of these guys right there. So we're going to be storing the massive amount of stuff that we're going to be placing. And for that matter, I might just make tanks to sit on these. We might just do that instead of the massive batteries, because I could just make these guys output into a tank. But anyhow, getting sidetracked. We're going to figure out that the front of the building is probably going to need to be about right there. And we're not going to be using endstone. I'm just using this to kind of try to lay out a process of where I want things. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that should be decent. So that's going to be the center of a general idea. There we go. The evaps are pretty decent size buildings, pretty decent sized machines, so we're going to need to be able to make enough room for them. And I'm not going to build the whole thing on camera, because this whole system, what we're going to do is we're going to fire this mess up, let it run a little while, and fill up some backlog. I'm basically going to make sure that we have a completely full storage system for both systems, for this and the deuterium. So I think actually I want to get that guy a little bit closer. So we're going to need 2 of these. One is going to be making brine out of water. And the other one, 1, 2, 3, there. I might even just sink them in the floor and make them a little shorter, because they're going to be tall. They're going to be taller than, well, they're probably going to be about as tall as that is. So there we go. Now we'll be able to connect a pipe in between the 2 of them. We're going to have to be able to put resistive heaters on ports on the sides of these, plus plumb power into this. This building is going to require, I forget what the number was exactly. It's somewhere around 10,000 RF a tick, 8,000 RF a tick to make the stuff that we need, not counting the pumps, which we're going to have to build in there somewhere. We're going to there's going to have to be a lake or something that comes in back here, or I may end up just kind of hiding it behind each one of these, or the one that needs it. So then what we need to do here is I need to, where are my other things? These guys right there. Let's make a little bit of room in our inventory. Thank you. Really? I walked away for 2 seconds. Wow. Well, cheaty lighting. There. Don't do that again. So, the next step is we're going to have to put down these solar neutron activators to figure out where they need to go. Because basically we're going to be taking brine out of this one, putting it into here, making lithium that is then going to be put into 2 rotary concentrators, whatever you want to call it, which will then feed the gaseous lithium into these guys. So I think what I want to do with that is we're going to build them maybe right, yeah. Just to kind of keep it somewhat even. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Where'd the other one go? I should have 10 of them. Should have 10 of them, right? Oh, he's sitting right here. Duh. 5. Okay, that looks kind of decent. So these guys will be rising up behind them. Unfortunately, I mean, I guess the thing we could do is actually make 4 of these things and make them a little bit smaller so that they each have their own bank of these to work with. But the problem is, like I said, again, these have to have sky access. So we're going to have to cut a hole in the ceiling. Either that or use glass in the ceiling. I don't know if that works or not. I'm going to have to test it and see. But the only way to test it is to actually feed them some lithium. So we're going to have to play with that eventually. But I think with the general idea here, is that enough room? 1, 2. I want plenty of access around the outside of this thing. Hi, chicken. We're out of stuff. Did I use all that up already? Okay, cool. That's nice. This is not the floor. This is going to be a building block. Just a placement block to figure out where we think we want things. So I think that might actually be okay for the sizing of it, because it doesn't have to be a huge building. We are going to need to have access to one whole side of each one of them so that I can add the resistive heaters in, which that might go on either side, although that's going to cause a serious problem with wiring. Come on, fly. So, maybe something like that? What did I do with these things? The water on this one's going to have to go in. Or what did I say I wanted? I wanted 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then the fluid lithiums will probably go in. Well, you see the brine will probably need to go in a little bit over our heads so we can actually walk to the back of this. So that, maybe. There and there. I think I like that. Although I'm probably going to need more, and I know it. Do this. I need to make some more of these valves. Yeah, that should work. The fluid ducts and things that I currently have access to are not all that fast, so we're going to have to, do a little bit of goofing around with it. So this and that will be the resistive heaters. And they don't take a lot of power to make a lot of heat, so that's not going to be too bad. We're just going to try to make this neat and tidy. All right. Where are my rotary condensator thingies? Where did they go? Did you go? You did go over here. Did go over here. Did go. Can I manage to get you guys to look deep? You're going to point that direction. The fluid is going to come from that side. I need to rotate you the other direction. Hey, rotate. There, thank you. Nope. almost. And you, I want to face that direction. I might actually just do this way. Let's put it right behind here. There. I don't know. I need to maybe move those forward a little bit because I want to be able to walk through the front of here. So yeah, we might have to move those up a little bit. And this is going to highlight the fact that the front of the building is probably not going to be here anymore, is it? Okay, try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. The inputs are on the bottom of these, so there's going to be a pipe that comes in right there. So if I do a rotary concentrator right there with a rotate to face so that the gas pipe is out that direction, and the same thing over here, where did the other one go? Turn around, other way, other way, this way, this way. There we go, very nice. That will allow me to pipe the gas tube out of the back of this thing and underneath these guys. So like here, this will be where the gas tube connects to fill those guys up. Then I guess what we can do, since we're kind of messing around with this idea, where did those tanks go? Tanks, 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 tanks. I need some more inventory space. All the way across. If I do this, whoop, I need another one. Boing. If I do something like that, that would allow me to have the storage for each one of these coming off of this so they can all fill equally, and then we can pull off the top of those guys with the pressurized gas tubes like so, and come up to a central pipe coming out of the building, kinda like, is that the right height? Are we getting there? Yeah, actually I think that's the right height. Something like so, to this area right here, kinda like this. You almost there? Now that almost worked. Something like that. Okay, so that means I now need to go ahead and build all of this stuff, put it together the way that I want it, and then we can figure out the pump problem and we will get on to the part. So I will get all that done and come back when I am finished. I just wanted to show you guys the thinking process and how I tend to lay structures out and processes. So this is going to hopefully get a floor fairly shortly. You know, like I said, we're going to go ahead and build it real quick. So I'll see you guys in a second. Bye. All right, as we can see, I have got a few of the things placed down and constructed and somewhat figured out how we want to get this going. I am going to have to come up with, like I said, a process for the roof over here so that I guess wherever we plan on putting the roof, there's going to be some glass. I don't know. I have to test this once we fire this system up to see what it actually does. I am going to hope that these things are going to auto output into these tanks once I tell them that their input is on the back, so that's fine. We're going to have to go through and configure all of this process and all of this stuff once we get to that point. I'm not going to be doing a lot of that just yet. I still have to make the tool yet so that we can get this working. But as you can hear, we're heating these guys up currently. These resistive heaters are pretty cheap as far as power usage. They're only 40 RF a tick per each. So, and each one is good for 300 Kelvin, or in this case, whatever, you can change the amount. So I mean, I think it's in this one right here, whatever. They're good for a good amount. So 15 or 5 of these will do us about 15,000 Kelvin or 1500 Kelvin, which we're going to need to get to at least 15 to 16 to make this thing work as good as I want to. So I'm heating them up currently, and yes, I do have solar panels on the top because still going to help, at least in the early initiating phase of getting these things lit up. So the last thing I want to work on, and it's probably going to have to be a kind of a thing on the back of this, is we need to get 8 of these pumps wherever I put them. Where did they go? Okay. These guys should be the first ones that we are going to place down. I do have plenty of hardened fluid ducts. I'm going to hope that these are going to be enough. I mean, I've done a bunch of testing in my test world to make sure that we are capable of keeping up with things. But these are still kind of slow, so we may end up having problems with it. So what I do want to do is I'm going to kind of just string these guys out the back here this direction. And we need to... Actually, I don't want to go down that far. I want to go like this. We're going to do this because they come out of the top. Actually, what I might do, since this is going to be 2 lines of them... Yes, birds, I know. Because I want to do something kind of like... Except I don't want it to go that direction. I want you to face that way. So that we can run our high dollar expensive, somewhat expensive flux ducts on them. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. That way it shouldn't be too huge, but still be able to do what we need it to do. Okay, that should work for the moment. I'm using a lot of pumps because of the fact that we don't have energy upgrades. So one of these pumps fully upgraded takes 40,000 RF a tick to run. 40,000 RF a tick to run. We're going to be using about 7,000 per on each one of these. So still a little bit more possibly, but that much draw is not going to help us at all. So that guy should have already produced a few things. We have... Did it already put it through? Uh-oh. Where did it go? Liquid lithium. Wonderful. So nice. Let's just do this real quick. And I want to make sure that comes out of there. You guys are both going to be set to this. It's now, you know, dark, so it's not going to matter. But the idea, what I want to do, actually, and I need to get a tank. I keep forgetting, where is my tank? Did I make a tank? I did make a tank. Let's go get him real quick. I want to be able to create a decent amount of backlog of liquid lithium over the night. Where did it go? Did I make one? Yes, I did. I want that one right there. Thank you. I want to be able to make a decent amount of backlog overnight so that when we fire this, when the sun does come back up, these guys are going to have a decent backlog to work through prior to everything else. So I need to actually... I put it right there. Take this out. Thank you. Yeah. Put you right there like that. And you can do this. Cool. Where is this? Okay, neat. So that all should work. And we have to build a little bitty water pool out here. I know I have more of that. Where is it? Yeah, no, it should be okay. We just want to make sure there's plenty of water for him to get to. And I will have to dig all of this out. Where is my shovel? Of course, this will be covered by the roof, so that we don't have to worry about the seasons, which it's currently looking like it's getting to be winter again, which means it's going to be freezing my water. And I need to connect up power to these wiring. So I'm probably going to be out of this stuff. I think I told it to go make me some more. I don't know how I want to do this part. We'll run it up the side and come over. One. Am I going to get there? No, I'm probably going to be about 2 short. Yep. 2 short. Oh, go back over here. I had it craft some more stuff. While we're at it, we need some buckets. I have some buckets of water. Wonderful. And I want some more of that too, please. Make a bunch of it. Yep, good enough. Duct. I did tell you to... I thought I told you to craft a bunch of this. Are you not crafting this? No, you're not crafting this. Wonderful. I told you to craft a bunch of that. Make some more. How in the... Oh, never mind. It should be able to make a stack. No, why am I short batteries? A half stack then. Okay, good. We're going to wait on a bunch of this to happen, but that's okay. No big deal at that point. We're just going to have to... I guess I can probably cheat the outside guys for a little bit. Let's get some water going and start filling this system up. So we're going to need to do this and this. And then that into that. No, we have it. Uh-oh. Crap. I get to it without touching you right there. I do that. That. All right, nice. I don't think any of these guys have any upgrades in them. I hope. I don't remember. Nope. We'll have to check through those once we get to that point. And then I want to do this for the time being, just to make sure that that doesn't happen. All right. And I need to put this one guy back. There we go. Have we made a few of those yet? Got 6. I only needed a couple. Do there. And make sure that that is output. There we go. All right, so we're not going to be producing a whole lot at this point. It's 400, what is it, 48, almost 50 millibuckets at this point right now. These guys are going to get, I think the numbers were going to be 5 speed upgrades each, which means I'm going to have to make sure I have plenty of connections on this so that I can cheese it a lot. So we're going to need a few more of those, but we're going to have to be able to do that. These guys down here, the rotary condensators, are going to get, I think, 4 speed upgrades, and then these I'm just going to get absolutely silly with them. I basically want them to just produce as quickly as they possibly can. So what's going to happen as it is right now, how this system is going to work, we're going to speed these guys up. We're going to make them run to where we're making right around 200 millibuckets of brine a tick. 200 or a little bit more. I want to overproduce a lot. We need, in total, roughly speaking, about 16 millibuckets of fluid coming into these guys, or I should say I need about 16 millibuckets of the tritium going into that building in order to be able to keep up with the reactor when we get to that point, which means I want to be able to overproduce by a good number so that it can run all night long without running out of fuel. So we're going to try to aim for right around 200. We might try to do 200, maybe 300 millibuckets of this stuff a tick. But as it is right now, what I'm going to do is we're going to let this run. We're going to let these guys just fill up. Got stuff in you, good deal. Why is that not exhausting very well? No, I guess it is. We're going to fill all these inventories, all these buffers up, and we're going to start with a full buffer system when we get ready to do the actual reactor part, which should hopefully be next episode, because this is the hard setup. The deuterium is not very hard at all to get set up. We could actually do it right now, but I think we're getting a little bit over time. I'm actually well over time, so this is going to be a pretty long episode. But anyhow, there we go with this part, guys. I will see you back for the next one where we're going to set up the deuterium and hopefully fire up a reactor. So thanks for watching.